So let's begin by adopting a stable, comfortable, upright position, serviceable for meditation. So we think about keeping our feet flat and our back straight, torso open, hands in the lap, right over left, with the palms upturned and the thumbs gently touching. Our eyes are gently closed or slightly open, making sure we let in enough light to remain alert. We try to avoid slouching or leaning, but we also let go of any unnecessary tension or rigidity in the body, relaxing into a stable, comfortable, upright position. And begin to let go of attending to the environment, allowing sights and sounds to be as they are without investigation. Beginning to concentrate our awareness in the present by attending closely to the physical sensation of the air, moving into and back out of the tip of the nostrils. Noticing quickly when anything other than that one physical sensation is arising in the mind, and without judgment or frustration, lifting your awareness up from those distractions and placing it gently but firmly again and again on the breath. And then when the mind feels more calm, and generate a broad altruistic motivation, one that embraces countless sentient beings, thinking that on their behalf we intend to familiarize our mind with virtue, those constructive, positive mental states, and to reduce the influence of states of mind that are not beneficial or constructive, those that agitate and disturb our peace of mind, and those that often are responsible for times when we engage in actions that cause harm, thinking that the purpose of that process of genuine inner transformation is to be of benefit to those countless sentient beings. And to bring that about, today we draw ourselves close to the energy of the historical Buddha. So we begin by thinking, visualizing ourselves to be in a large open space, and in front, 6 to 8 feet away, is a golden throne supported on the four corners by a pair of snow lions. On the throne is an open lotus and a radiant sun and moon disk. Seated upon the lotus, sun, and moon is Shakyamuni Buddha. His hair is blue-black. His red smiling lips and blue eyes. And he wears the robes of a monk. His body emanates an aura of golden light. And he represents the energy, the Dharmakaya mind that manifests in our own life as teachers, so we'll pause and stabilize that visualization, feeling strongly that through the power of the visualization, the living energy of Shakyamuni Buddha is invoked. And then thinking of the shortcomings of cyclic existence, the times when sentient beings are experiencing great suffering, and also thinking of the Buddha's teachings on our potential. We generate an attitude of refuge, seeing the Buddha as the source of protection and also the source of inspiration, preventing those shortcomings and ripening our mind through his teachings. And if you would like, you can recite the verse of refuge. To the Guru, I go for refuge. To the Buddha, I go for refuge. To the Dharma, I go for refuge. To the Sangha, I go for refuge. To the Guru, I go for refuge. To the Buddha, I go for refuge. To the Dharma, I go for refuge. To the Sangha, I go for refuge. To the Guru, I go for refuge. To the Buddha, I go for refuge. Let me generate bodhicitta. First, we think of a person in our life, someone close to us that we know is struggling. We're thinking of a situation in the world that's full of senseless pain and suffering. Using that as a entry point into recognizing the pervasive nature of suffering, generating a strong sense of resolve, wishing to take responsibility to put an end to suffering, to bring all sentient beings to a state of perfect happiness. And then we'll recite the 7-limb prayer. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were to abide in equanimity, free of hatred and attachment. May they abide in equanimity. I myself will cause them to abide in equanimity. Please, Guru Buddha, Grant me blessings to be able to do this. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings had happiness and the causes of happiness. May they have happiness and its causes. I myself will cause them to have happiness and its cause. Please, Guru Buddha, grant me blessings to be able to do this. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were free of suffering and its causes. May they be free of suffering and its causes. I myself will cause them to be free of suffering and its causes. Please, Guru Buddha, grant me blessings to be able to do this. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were never separated from the happiness of higher rebirth and liberation. May they never be separated from these. I myself will cause them never to be separated from these. Please, Guru Buddha, grant me blessings to be able to do this. And then contemplating the limb of prostration, identifying the mind of the Buddha as that which we ourselves wish to achieve, and prostrating with the wish to achieve that quality. And thinking of the limb of offering, thinking what would I give for enlightenment, for perfect wisdom, perfect compassion, perfect power. And visualize making such an offering. Thinking the offering multiplies, filling all of space. Those offerings absorb into the heart of Shakyamuni Buddha, generating great bliss. And contemplating the actions that we've engaged in that are not in alignment with the spirit of enlightenment. Those mistaken actions done under the influence of negative states of mind. And confessing those shortcomings and resolving to make improvements in the future. And then rejoicing in our own goodness, our own virtue, rejoicing in the goodness and the virtue of ordinary beings, and rejoicing in the virtue of holy beings. The limb of requesting, first requesting that our teachers stay with us, never abandoning us until we achieve enlightenment. And requesting that they also continue to turn the wheel of Dharma, to teach us every step of the path. And then dedicating all of that positive energy, the four immeasurables and the seven limbs, to our enlightenment and the enlightenment of every sentient being. And then make a strong, heartfelt request to Shakyamuni Buddha to bless your mind with all of the realizations of the path and to help you overcome any obstacles. I think that Shakyamuni Buddha happily responds, comes to the crown of your head, and that streams of white nectar and light pour forth from Shakyamuni Buddha's holy body and mind, purifying all negativities and obstacles as you recite his mantra, Tayato Om Muni Muni Maha Munaye Soha. 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 Tayato. And then visualize that the light becomes golden in color and contains the blessings of all of the realizations of the path as you continue to recite the mantra. Taito Om Muni Muni Maha Munaye Soha. Taito Om Muni Muni Maha Munaye Soha. And visualize that Shakyamuni Buddha melts into a stream of golden light and descends into the heart through the crown of the head. And one's own body, speech, and mind become inseparably one with Shakyamuni Buddha's holy body, holy speech, and holy mind. And think that you are clarified as a pure light being abiding in the world for the purpose of benefiting others. And pause in that sense of inseparability. And then when you're ready, we'll come back together and we'll dedicate. So recollect your altruistic motivation and think that by having engaged in this contemplation, you've actualized that motivation, which has generated positive energy in the mind. Think of offering the fruit of your practice, that positive energy for the benefit of all sentient beings without exception. Thinking when that positive energy ripens, may it serve as a cause and condition to eliminate war and conflict, poverty, famine, disease, disasters, all painful inner and outer conditions. May it fully ripen the minds of all sentient beings. May they quickly meet perfect teachers and arise in the state of full enlightenment. May I too achieve the state of enlightenment in order to work for the benefit of sentient beings perfectly. May any obstacles facing the Guru's long life be completely dispelled. And may I and all sentient beings in this moment come under the joyful care and guidance of enlightened beings. May we be guided and protected until we swiftly achieve that state of enlightenment. Thank you.